Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're answering your questions and comments, seeing how many people we can help here. And yeah, just gonna answer as many comments as I can. I really try to do this as a way to give back to you guys, especially like my ski deal videos and everything like that. I do love making the ski reviews, but I feel like this is a more kind of engaging way to talk with you guys, and like sometimes I'm reviewing the ski and then there's a delay, so this feels more direct, more personal, and a good way to give back to you guys, because without you guys I would not have access to all of the skis that I can review. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Also, if you missed it before and you didn't see the video with all the ski deals, I will have links down below. I mean, there's a ton of them, like the Atomic Bent 110, I think last time I checked was 365, so if you don't want to watch the whole video, I'll just have links down in this description. All right, first question comes from SZUber42. They say, my question is ski tuning. What degree do you run your edges and how often do you sharpen your edges? Does it change for racing different events? Back when I raced, I tuned a lot more. You basically tune and wax before every race. And if you've gone a long time between races, you'd probably do it in training too, or if you had an important like time trial. It just depends on your taste. And here's how I would explain it also. It depends on where you are. On the East Coast, I probably tuned at least once or twice a week before every big race event. And it just depends on how dull they were, how many runs you got in. And you wax not that often. I mean, you usually wax anyway, just because you're kind of brushing off the filings anyway, so you may as well wax and do it. But it's not that important because everything's just so icy that as long as your bases are healthy and moisturized, it's not the end of the world. On the West Coast, on the other hand, it's totally flipped. You need to wax a lot more, whatever it is to do with like the snow being soft. There's a lot more friction, so your wax is way more important. And then edges, you don't have to tune that often. I mean, again, maybe before races, I'd even skip some races just because it never really gets that firm. And if your edges are too sharp, then you can sometimes overturn or sink into the snow. So just depends on where you are and what your climate's like. You know, I tuned a lot on the East Coast, and then when I came out here, I waxed a lot on the West Coast. So just depends. For me personally now, I'm ashamed to say I'm a little bit lazy with my waxing and tuning. I just this summer bought tuning equipment, so I wasn't even tuning at all. And then when I stored my skis, I would take them for the free REI wax. If you're an REI member, you get like one free wax a year or something. It's per person in your house though, so I'd like take all my family skis and just wax them before I stored them so that the bases could be healthy. I know that's not good and I don't condone that, but you know, I was raising young kids. Now I think I'll probably try to do it at least once or twice a year, just depending on the snow conditions and whatnot. But especially in the spring, I think it's a little bit more important because you go from like it being in the shadows and then a bunch of snow, and you know, you feel that kind of jerkiness more in the spring skiing. But it all depends on the ski. What do I tune my edges at though? Okay, when I was racing in Vermont, I would do 3 degrees on the side and half a degree on the base. And I still did that into college. I like it, especially for slalom, it's really important. What I had heard when I was working in the shops, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, is that the larger degree sides could wear out the skis more, and you're tuning so much on the East Coast that you don't want to do it too much. So at the shops, we would do 2% on the demo skis and half a degree on the base. For me personally, with slalom skis and wanting a really responsive ski, I did half on the base and 3 degrees. Your mileage may vary. You may find it's kind of to taste, if that makes any sense. But yeah, if you're wondering, for me personally, when I raced, now I just run them whatever they're at. I don't really have to tune too much. The snow's so soft out here. It's not been super necessary. But if I was back in Vermont, it'd be a different story. Great question. All right, Space Brainer says, to me it seems like you're mixing up red and yellow slopes. This is talking about skiing in France. Red just have steeper sections than blue, but not as steep as black. I don't get what you're saying with your on your own. Reds are always groomed. Oh, I think you're right. I think I did mix up red and yellow. I was watching that later and I was like, oh, I remember the red ones kind of coming across more and having like 1 or 2 steep sections. Yeah, I am mixing them up. Good catch. I'm talking about the one where I went to the top of Brevier and then it was just like very, very steep, almost like a chute steepness. Like if you've ever been on Tuckerman's Ravine, I think I did Lobster Claw. it was that kind of steepness, but way more openness and way more room to turn. That's probably what I'm mixing up. All right, JJ Bittner says about the Atomic Bent 110, I believe. Do you think this ski is stable enough for a 6 foot, 235 pound guy who loves off-piste skiing? I want to upgrade from my K2 Pinnacle 106s. I don't think they're wide enough for real powder skis when out west. I mean, the width isn't everything. Some of it's the cut. But yeah, I'm 6'1" and 230 pounds. I'm that same build and I had no problem on the Bent 110s. In fact, I really love them. That was my powder ski of the year. So I'm a similar build and had zero issues with them. All right, GK Emplin says, I got the 176 centimeter 2025 Salomon QST 98s on your review. I absolutely love them. Powder Krug groomers. This ski reacts beautifully. Never thought of buying them before I watched you, and now my favorite ski. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you love your QST 98s. I mean, it's so hard, right? Because I can't be a substitute for demoing skis, but in some cases, what I really try to do is help people funnel it down. There are so many skis out there, and at least when I was buying, I'm like, how do I know what I want? And I don't have the time or money to, you know, when you're just like looking for a pair of skis and shopping, most people don't have the means to review and test and demo 100 pairs of skis. But if you can kind of like funnel it down and you have things that you care about and things that you don't, that's what I try to do, and that's how I try to help. And I'm so glad I helped you. Thank you so much for your nice comment. All right, C my 6 on my DPS Carbon Pisteworks 79 ski review. In my opinion, you need to be on a longer ski. Just my opinion. Most manufacturers, for some reason, chart their ski length too short for some skiers. At your height and weight with your race background should add length to that factory recommended length. Hopefully DPS sends you something one size longer. That's the plan. If everything goes accordingly, they're supposed to send me the longer ski. I don't have an ETA on that yet, but that was just what they had. I mean, that ski was brand new, and I do have some wiggle room, and I can kind of account for that with my skiing and, you know, like looking for that. But, you know, that's just what they were able to send me, and I was super grateful for it. And I will be happy to give you my thoughts if and when they send that longer ski. All right, Surf Marco, this will be the last one, says, I bought the Atomic Bent 110 at $375. I can't believe they went lower. They are such a good ski for certain conditions. So light and they carve decently. Yeah, I mean, they went down $10 and you've been able to ski on them all winter. So I think you got bang for your buck, a pretty good deal. But yes, $365 is really cheap for the Atomic Bent 110. I like that ski a lot. The thing that happened recently, my demo shop has stopped carrying the Atomic Bent 110. I had some content plan where I wanted to test the mounting point on those, and now I will not be able to. I'm hoping, I have been talking to Atomic a little bit, and I'm hoping that they will go back to letting me review some of their skis, but nothing's for sure. I can't make any promises. I'm really hoping that I'll be able to review more Atomic skis, but that is yet to be seen. But as of right now, there are no new Atomic skis that I can test and review. And as of right now, I'm kind of in a stalemate. I don't think, unless Atomic kind of pulls through on this, I don't think there's gonna really be very much, if anything, for Atomic content for this season, which is really sad. It's like, they make some of my favorite skis, but the skis that my local demo place hasn't changed, and I just don't have access to them. Which is sad for me. I mean, the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti and the Bent 110 were my ski of the year last year. But anyway, I'm hoping Atomic comes around on that. I'd love to work with them more. So anyway, that's the end of the video. I apologize, it's getting dark here where I normally record. I've walked there so many times, it's become a trench, and then the rain and snow has made a puddle in it. So anyway, I'm kind of recording somewhere new, but it doesn't have the best light, as you can see. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. If you're currently shopping for skis or think you might shop for skis in the near future, please consider using my affiliate links. It really helps support the channel and allows me to do this long term. You know, this is kind of an experiment where my wife and I talk about it, and I'm hoping that I can continue making these videos long term. I really love doing it, but you know, in order to keep the lights on, you guys clicking those links really helps me out a lot. But, you know, I don't know. There's not a lot more I can ask from you guys. You take time out of your day, you watch my videos. And as always, that means the most to me. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.